Hey, good morning, everyone. Wednesday, the 30th of September, 2020. Anybody happen to look up in the sky yesterday? Relentless, brutal spraying was occurring. How could you possibly have missed it? Okay, name of this video, title of this video is Pathetic. Pathetic, I can't think of a better word to describe the two-segment abuse I took last night watching the presidential debates 2020, first one. I kind of almost looked forward to it. I figured it'd be live streamed on Comedy Central, and I also figured that the Trumpster would absolutely blow creepy, sleepy pedo Uncle Joe out of the water. I was seriously disappointed, very disappointed. In fact, I'd even engineered supper so it would be done just about time to sit down and watch the debate. Well, truth be known, I got out of the kids' bar just in time to get supper ready about that time. Nevertheless, and let me give you a little disclaimer here, people. It's possible, though I doubt it, but it is possible, remotely possible, that I've been on the wall for so long that I am negative and jaded. Maybe I missed something here. So anyway, I'm going to give you a couple of snippets of the highlights of the debate. Don't panic, people. Yes, that so-called debate was an hour and a half long, but I've only got 2.5 minutes of semi-positive highlights, and then in fairness, we got to give the other wing of the same bird, the left, their due diligence. About a minute and a half, their big piss and moan bitch is that Trump failed to condemn white supremacy. I think we just talked about that a couple of videos ago. Whitey, you are the target. White man, target times 2. Okay, so let's try to find some highlights here. I'm going to have a hard time, trust me, people. I'm going to have a hard time coming up with 5 minutes of content here. That's how pathetic this whole thing was. But let's try, see what we can do. Get the headphones off, put them over here. And, I need 2 hands to do this, huh?
Your party wants to go socialist medicine.
My party is
and
me.
Socialist
right
healthcare.
now, I am
and
the
they're going to dominate
Party.
you, Joe. You know that.
I am the Democratic Party right now. The platform of the
Not according
Democratic
to
Party.
Harris. Drug prices will be coming down 80 or 90%. You could have done it during your 47-year period in government, but you didn't do it. Nobody's done it.
I beat Bernie Sanders.
Not by much.
I beat him a whole hell of a lot. I'm
Not by
here
much.
standing facing you.
Pocahontas would have left 2 days
I tell
early.
you,
You would have lost every primary.
All he knows how to
on
do is
Super Tuesday.
There is no manifesto. Number
Please
one.
let him speak, Mr.
Number
President.
two.
You just lost the left. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. 47 years you've done
Well, let's
nothing.
say-
He wants to shut down this country.
Oh.
And I want to keep it open. And we
You
did a
ju-
great
he
thing
just
by
admitted
shutting
he
it
shut
down.
it down.
Wait a minute,
Let
Joe.
him
Let me
finish
shut
first.
you down for a second, Joe. Just for 1 second. He wants to shut down the country.
If everybody wore masks and social distance between now and January, we'd probably save up to 100,000 lives. It matters.
And they've also
It
said the
matters.
opposite. They've also
And
said
no serious person said the opposite.
They've
no
also said, well, look,
serious
all right,
I'm gonna
Dr.
ask
Fauci. Dr. Fauci said the
He
opposite.
did
Hi,
not.
President Trump, you're holding large rallies with crowds packed together, thousands of people.
Outside.
Outside, yes, sir. Agreed. Vice President Biden, you are holding much smaller events with
Nobody will show up.
Yeah.
China ate your lunch, Joe, and no wonder your son goes in and he takes out billions of dollars. Takes out billions of dollars to manage. He makes millions of dollars. And also,
Simply
while we're
not
at it,
true.
why is it, just out of curiosity, the mayor of Moscow's wife gave your son $3.5 million. We believe in law and order, but you don't. The top 10 cities and just about the top 40 cities are run by Democrats and in many cases radical left, and they've got you wrapped around their finger, Joe.
Look,
he has no law enforcement.
That's not
support,
true.
Almost
That's
nothing.
not. But look,
Oh, really? Who do you have? Name one group that supports you. Name one group that came out and supported you. Go
Look,
ahead.
look.
Think. We have time.
we don't have time to do
No,
anything.
and by the way, he made a couple of statements. The Green New Deal is $100 trillion.
That is
not
not
20
my
billion.
plan.
That's
The Green
well,
New
you want to
Deal
rebuild every
is not
building.
my plan.
Okay, that is the highlights, about 2.5 minutes of highlights on the takeaway. Now, I may have failed to tell you this. I couldn't make it through the hour and a half. Hell no. I got through like the first 2 segments. I switched off. So people, if you haven't even got to this point and you feel like switching off, I don't blame you. It was that pathetic, that boring. Can I say anything nice about creepy Uncle Pedo Joe? Yeah, the 2 segments I watched him, no one had to wake him up. He didn't nod off and fall asleep. A boring, pathetic, tired ass, pathetic old man. And Trump did not shine. He did not do what I thought he'd do. I was looking for a little comedy relief. That wasn't going to happen last night. It wasn't funny. Trump was rude, obnoxious, interruptive. He had to be reprimanded by Mike Wallace, of all people, over and over again. All right, Transparency says we got to donate 1.5 minutes to the loony left, the left wing of the same bird that the right is the right wing of, the shit bird. So here we go. Let me see what I can do for you here with one hand. All right, pay attention there, people.
Repeatedly criticized the vice president for not specifically calling out Antifa and other left-wing extremist groups. But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
are you
I'm willing
prepared to specifically do it? Well, go ahead,
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see
Well,
peace.
then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
You want to call them? What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name.
supremacists and
Who would you like me to condemn?
white supremacists and right
Proud
militia.
Boys. Stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing.
FBI director
This
said,
is a left-wing problem.
white supremacists. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got it.
Not militia. That's what
It's an idea.
His
Okay.
FBI director
Gentlemen,
said.
Well, then,
Okay, people, we just talked about FBI Director Wray here a couple of days ago. Yeah, #1 threat to America, white supremacist. Creepy Joe, you got it right. Trumpster, General Operator of the Swamp, you appointed that son of a bitch. And the FBI comes back and bites you in the ass every time, does it not? All right, now let's wrap this up. Can we see, 4 minutes out of an hour and a half? That's the best I could come up with for you people. You got the highlights as far as I'm concerned, on the right and on the left. Pathetic. That's the only word I can use. Now let's just assume, let's play make-believe for a second, that this is real. This is not a reality TV show. That the president actually is elected, not selected. That the president actually has powers. And they weren't rescinded to FEMA. Oh, let me do a quick reminder here. Let's go back in our time machine to March 13th, 2020. Yeah, Friday the 13th. Here you go, people. Just as a reminder.
to unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency.
First time in American history, a 50-state national emergency. And what did that do? It triggered executive orders from the Nixon administration, including the Nixon administration, through the president. Continuity of government. The president stepped down, became a puppet, a figurehead. Well, he always was a puppet, but a figurehead, a president in name only, and FEMA took controls of the country. Now, that last executive order, one of the executive orders limited Congress. Congress could not do anything about this national declaration of emergency for 6 months. It's been 6 months, people. It was 6 months on September 13th. Did you hear Nancy Pelosi or any Democrat in the House say, hey, we got to do something about this national emergency because we got to get creepy Uncle Joe in the White House and we need Kamala Harris to be powerful as a vice president? Not one word. Unless I missed it under my radar. And that's possible. Now, am I jaded? Am I too negative? Did you guys watch this debate? I made it through 2 segments. I switched off. I said, I am so effing bored. I can't take any more of this. If I missed something, leave it in the comments, people. Point it out to me. I'm always willing to learn. I don't think I did. I did my homework this morning. I said, God, I'm glad I didn't make it the whole hour and a half. I would be in a loony bin. All right, people. I got stuff to do today. You guys enjoy the cool, crisp weather.